Good morning. I'm delighted to have this opportunity to thank Phil Crowell for his exceptional service as Auburn's Chief of Police and to congratulate him on his appointment as Assistant City Manager, where he will continue to serve the great people of Auburn. When Auburn City Manager named Phil to his new position, he cited Phil's outstanding leadership qualities. As one who has had the pleasure of working with Phil on such crucial issues as combating the opioid epidemic and human trafficking, I heartily second that assessment. I've been fortunate to have met with many outstanding leaders in government, business, science, and many other fields. Some of the best and most committed Good morning. I'm delighted to have this opportunity to thank Phil Crowell for his exceptional service as Auburn's Chief of Police and to congratulate him on his appointment as Assistant City Manager, where he will continue to serve the great people of Auburn. When Auburn City Manager named Phil to his new position, he cited Phil's outstanding leadership qualities. As one who has had the pleasure of working with Phil on such crucial issues as combating the opioid epidemic and human trafficking, I heartily second that assessment. I've been fortunate to have met with many outstanding leaders in government, business, science, and many other fields. Some of the best and most committed leaders I know are right here in Maine, and Phil is certainly among them. Phil has a special talent for bringing people together to strengthen his community. The Auburn Police Activities League, which provides educational and athletic opportunities for children and teens, is an outstanding example of his leadership. As the co-founder of the Not Here Justice in Action League, Phil has mobilized committed citizens to fight human trafficking and to keep individuals safe from exploitation, abuse, and violence. His efforts, combined with the support from the community, is truly changing lives today and helping to create the leaders of tomorrow. The initiatives Phil has launched as chief, such as the Auburn Citizens Police Academy, the Somali Citizens Police Academy, and the first youth court in Maine, demonstrate his vision and commitment to citizen engagement. Within the Auburn Police Department, he has built a highly effective team of dedicated officers who serve with commitment, courage, and compassion. His selection as Maine's 2017 Chief of the Year by the Maine Chiefs of Police Association shows the high regard his professional colleagues have for him. Phil, I join the people of Auburn in expressing our gratitude for 25 years of great service in law enforcement. I wish you all the best in your new leadership role for your wonderful city.
Okay, everybody, if I could get everybody's attention, please. I'd like to thank everybody today for being here. Just make sure we don't get feedback. You know, it's a true remarkable impact that Chief Crowell has had on our community, and it's great to see everybody here to kind of honor him on his last day and final send-off. We've got some special guests with us here today that are here to congratulate and recognize Chief Crowell for all of his accomplishments. Susan Collins, we saw her earlier on the video screen. Maine senior senator, was first elected to the Senate in 1996. For the last 5 consecutive years, Senator Collins has ranked as the most bipartisan member of the U.S. Senate. As the chairman of the Transportation, Housing, and Urban Development Appropriations Subcommittee, Senator Collins has fought for funding for important programs like the community block development grants that have helped make Auburn a great place to work and live. Senator Collins, much like Chief Crowell, is known for her Maine work ethic. This native of Caribou has never missed a roll call vote during her entire time in the Senate, casting more than 6,700 votes on the floor. And it gives me a great honor to welcome Senator Susan Collins.
Friday. Oh, thank you. Better, much better. And so a lot of my comments would be redundant, but there are just a few that I want to make before asking Chief Phil to come up here and be the recipient of a couple of ways to commemorate his 25 years of service. One is, I am so impressed with the work that he has done to reach out to everybody in this community and bring everyone together. The Police Academy, the Somali Police Academy, the Youth League opportunities, the sports and educational programs, all of that helps to bring us together as a community. And when you see other cities in the United States where there is this estrangement between the police officers, those who defend us, those who are willing to risk their lives for our safety, and the population, I think that shows what a difference good leadership makes. And Auburn has been very lucky to have you, Chief, for the past 25 years to build those bonds. Second, there is no one in the entire state of Maine who has done more. I keep looking over and seeing pictures of myself, you know, who has done more to combat human trafficking than the police chief. He has been an extraordinary leader in his Not Here initiative. I was talking to Jen, and she shared with me the experience that she had in Nigeria, I believe it was, and where children were being stolen from an orphanage and then trafficked. And I'm sure that's what spurred your commitment. But I think what all of us have learned is that this is not just a problem in big cities or with runaways or in foreign countries. It happens everywhere, everywhere. And homeless youth, which is a big passion of mine, and I love new beginnings in this area, homeless youth are particularly at risk for being trafficked. So I salute you for your leadership in that area as well. And finally, I want to mention your leadership in fighting the terrible opioid epidemic that we have in this state. You know, the new statistics just came out yesterday from the Centers for Disease Control, and unfortunately, the numbers are even worse for our state this year. And that means we need a multi-pronged approach. We need law enforcement efforts. We need to have medication-assisted therapy and treatment. We need to have education and prevention starting really young in our schools. We need to do all facets to help people who are in this grip of addiction, and also to help alert physicians how careful they need to be in their prescribing. And the chief has led the way. I have talked to him and to so many other members of law enforcement who say that their booking rooms look like hospital inpatient waiting rooms. And it is really hard that law enforcement has had to bear that burden in addition to the burden of trying to stop the flow of illegal drugs into our state. The chief is such a great advocate for all of our first responders, but particularly, of course, our police officers. And he's really lived up to the motto of your excellent department, and I really salute you for that. He's also a very effective lobbyist, I want you to know. When he comes to Washington and talks about the risk system, for example, which shares information, or talks about other programs that the COPS Act or federal funding that comes from Washington, I just say yes. You know, what more can I say? But Chief, thank you for your 25 years of extraordinary service. I know you're not going far. You're just changing jobs and will become the assistant city manager of this great city and continue to serve the people of Auburn. So if you will come up, I do have a few gifts for you. The first is just a little letter from me, but I know you'll want to frame it, of course, you know. And I'm going to check next time I'm in City Hall. Yes. The second is far more special, and that is I had an American flag flown in your honor over the United States Capitol. And this is the flag that was flown just for you, and this is the certificate that proves that it was, because I know that police officers like evidence. This is proof positive, and it says at the request of Senator Susan M. Collins, this flag was flown over the United States Capitol for you. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Chief.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Next, I would like to introduce Tim Gallant from Congressman Poliquin's office.
Good afternoon. Senator, it's great to see you again, as always, and all the other distinguished guests that are here. And Chief, I know you from more than just from here, so congratulations on a job well done. As those in the military would say, 25 years is a long time, and I'm sure the family support really has a lot to do with that, because, you know, we can't do 20, 25 years in the service under any kind of service conditions without good support from our family. So my hat's off to the family for what you did to stand behind the chief. That's really important. On behalf of the Congressman, dear Chief, please accept my congratulations on your retirement after 25 years of extraordinary service to the Auburn Police Department and 12 years as Chief. I applaud and thank you for your dedication, leadership, and service to our great state, and specifically the cities and family members here at Auburn. It has been my honor to work alongside Maine hardworking first responders like you during my time in the United States Congress. The daily efforts of you and the entire department are invaluable to the safety and stability to our state. Your tireless devotion to leading by example and maintaining a culture of excellence in the Auburn Police Department has not gone unnoticed. You have gone above and beyond to institute programs and classes designed to bring citizens, youth, and law enforcement closer together by standing up against injustice, not only here in Maine, but across the country and the globe. You have truly upheld your promise to protect and serve your home community and countless others. Your continuous investment in the city of Auburn over the decades has been an inspiration to those around you. You deserve to be very proud of your career, and I hope you know that a positive, profound impact you have had on your community. I have no doubt that your continued service as the Assistant City Manager will continue to make Maine a safer and more enjoyable place to live, work, and raise a family. Sincerely, Bruce Poliquin, Congress. I too have a gift. Also a flag, also flown over the Capitol. It is a little smaller though, so you have two sizes and varieties to work with. And we too made sure you had a certificate of authenticity, just in case. The flag of the United States of America. This is to certify that a flag was flown over the United States Capitol at the request of Honorable Bruce Poliquin, Member of Commerce. This flag was flown for Chief Philip L. Crowell, Jr. in honor of his retirement and 25 years of service to the Auburn Police Department. Thank you for your unwavering dedication to your community and the citizens of Auburn, Maine. God bless.
Thank you, Tim. Next up, I'd like to introduce Peter Crichton. He's our city manager, and he's got some remarks for Chief Crowell.
Thank you very much. Well, I think first, Phil, Jen, great to have you here. My wife is also here, Jennifer. We've got two Jens going here. I look forward to this partnership in the future. And whatever that may bring, I'm expecting us to go to a higher level here. I know with some of the folks in the police department, this is a sweet and sour mixture. I understand that. There's a lot of positive sentiment that is visible here today. And the work that you've done as police chief, I think, is well recognized. You deserve all of the accolades and comments. Senator Collins spoke very well, as did Representative for Congressman Poliquin. You know how we all feel here with the city of Auburn about what you've done as police chief. I'm looking forward to having you join the team. I do not have a flag to present to you, but I am looking forward very much to working with you and building this partnership. I also have a letter that I want to read from Mayor Levesque, who unfortunately couldn't be here today. It reads, Chief Crowell, it has been my honor to work with you and your amazing staff for the past 8 months. During that time, I have observed your leadership abilities firsthand and am in awe of dedication and loyalty to your department and the residents of the city of Auburn. While your legacy has yet to be written, it is evident that it will be one of professionalism and community service above and beyond what is required of your position. You have built a strong team of law enforcement professionals that will carry on what you have started and make Auburn the best small city in New England. Congratulations on a fantastic career, and thank you for making us all feel safe and proud. Jason J. Levesque, Mayor, Auburn, Maine. I think finally I need to say, when I shared the news with the council and the mayor, I think there's a lot of excitement and enthusiasm over this decision. This may be one of the best decisions that I've ever made, and I think it will be. I have no doubt about what we're all going to be able to accomplish. We have a great team with the city of Auburn, with the staff, with the support of the elected officials, with the citizens in the community. There are a lot of opportunities, a lot of challenges that we are facing, and we'll work closely on trying to make sure that the citizens in the community know what we're trying to do and have the opportunity to be able to ask questions, and we'll answer those questions to the best of our ability and try to move the city forward in a positive manner. And with your assistance by my side, I am really looking forward to what we're going to be able to do. So thank you for accepting this position. And I'm going to turn the mic back over to soon-to-be interim police chief, Jason Moen.
Thank you, Peter. We're going to wrap up this segment here shortly with some presentations for the chief from staff. But first and foremost, we're going to honor probably the most important person in the room. Jen, if you could step forward. So on behalf of the Auburn Police Department and the City of Auburn, thank you for your dedication and everything that you've done for this city. Being a chief's wife is not easy. Being his work wife, I can understand that, okay? But the sacrifices that you made, stepping up to make sure that everything at home was running well so he could run the department well, was probably one of the biggest anchors he could ever have. And thank you for everything that you've done. We very appreciate all of your service. Next up is Lieutenant Tony Harrington. Tony is president of the Auburn Police Benevolent Association, and we wanted to present Chief Crowell with a shadow box from staff that captures his career at a glance. For those of you that may not be familiar with military or law enforcement tradition, the shadow box is a representation of a person's career. It's the one thing that he can look to on the wall and sit back and reminisce about everything that he's accomplished in his career. Coupled with that is another U.S. flag. However, this one was flown over our police memorial. Chief Crowell was instrumental in getting that memorial built and was the driving force behind that. And it's been his priority that every year we make sure that we recognize our fallen officers for everything that they've done. So the weight and importance of that flag is something that he can carry forward on forever. So on behalf of the Police Association, Chief Crowell, we present you with your shadow box. And for the final presentation, this is probably one of the most bittersweet days of my career. I've been working beside Phil for my entire career in the last 23 years. Phil started in November of 1993. And who would have thought that two guys riding double in a patrol car on midnight shift would be standing here before you today. For the last 12 years, Phil has been chief, and I've been serving as his number 2. You could not ask for a better mentor, a better guide, or a better best friend. When we started 12 years ago, and we've told this story over and over, Auburn Police Department was in need of change. And for the lack of a better part, we burnt it to the ground and rebuilt it from the foundation up. And today, the accolades that you hear and the reputation that the department has in the state and across the country is Phil's #1 accomplishment. He's been the driving force behind the changes that have happened here over the last 12 years. I could not be more proud to serve beside Chief on this journey. So, on behalf of the Auburn Police Department in the city of Auburn, I'd like to present you with this plaque, presented in recognition and sincere appreciation of your exemplary leadership, outstanding service, and dedication to the city of Auburn. Your professionalism, work ethic, and legacy of service are an inspiration to all. The members of the Auburn Police Department and the citizens of Auburn gratefully recognize your loyal and dedicated service as Chief of Police. Thank you. So one of the traditions that we've started here at Auburn PD is the final send-off and final ride home. This is the highlight of any police officer's career, where he calls the final out-of-service call on the radio and is escorted home by his fellow officers. He'll also be receiving his retirement badge downstairs, and he's going to give some closing remarks downstairs. Absolutely. Are you sure? Yeah.
Jason knows I always like to go off script a little bit, but just easier with everybody right here than it will be downstairs, because I know I've seen other guys before me gone through that courtyard with the officers lined up, and I know there wasn't a lot they could say during that, and that will probably be me as well. First, Peter, I'm going to need a bigger office. I got all this. I don't know where I'm going to put it all. So. But no, honestly, I know this has been an amazing ride these 25 years, and just surrounded with great people. Somebody interviewed me earlier and asked, what's the best thing about this career that you've had? And I've said the people, and I really mean that. It's been, I look around the room and I see individuals, and each one comes with a memory and when things first started. I remember one of my first days at the PD. Tom Slavinsky's here, and Tom and I were just talking about it. When you first come on the department, before they send you to the academy, they throw you in dispatch. Things have changed now. They don't do that anymore. Nothing worse than throwing a guy in dispatch and expecting him to handle the calls and everything that's taking place, but that's where I was. And Tom Slavinsky came in the back door, and Tom was assigned to MDA at the time. He had hair down the middle of his back. This was the early 90s. I thought somebody let a prisoner out. And here I thought the best thing I could have done was to tackle this guy. But then he quickly let me know who he was, because that's what senior officers do in their most polite way. So seeing individuals and looking around the room, it's those memories that come back. And as was said, and I know others have said it better than I have, but just family is key. And when you have this assignment, it's just, and I tell all our officers coming in, I've been fortunate about every officer that has a rank and a badge on their they have a rank on their uniform. I promoted them, and nearly every officer on the department that doesn't have rank, I hired them. And so So I've been able to create an amazing team. And I talk to all of them, either when they're promoted or when they come on the department, about that importance of balance. Balance with work, and the balance with family and home and responsibilities you have there. And that'll be key to your career. And I've tried to follow that as well. And some nights it's not always easy when you get that call at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and you're gone for 24 hours, and then you come back home. And but having an amazing wife that just supports every single thing I do, and every decision I've made, and has been amazing. And I've got great kids. Both my kids are here, Megan and Jonah, and this is all they've known. When you look at the Auburn Police Department, that's their family. That's what they know, and they've grown up amongst these individuals, and couldn't ask for a better family. So, Senator Collins, thank you so much for coming, and she's always so gracious every time I go to D.C. and I pitch those things hard, and she's always so supportive, and I know she'll always listen, and I know she'll always do what she can, and to make sure that those federal funds and those initiatives come back here to the local level to our citizens, and that's what I'm looking forward to in this next phase. I think Jen told me, just keep thinking, because I'm not an emotional guy, I'm really not. And but Jen just said, hey, just keep in mind that, just keep thinking, you're just coming back to work on Monday. So it's so that's what I've been doing. And but I'm looking forward to Monday. I really am. As much as I'm going to miss, putting this badge on. And it's been amazing over the last 25 years that, a local kid from Auburn has been able to be part of an incredible community. It's just been a real joy. It's a real blessing. And I know God has blessed my life and provided me a ton of opportunities, and I'm thankful for them. But I'm looking forward to working with Peter. I think I've been able to come alongside Peter for the last year. And, who I choose to come alongside with leadership, it's because I've watched them. And I know Peter's doing great things for our community, and he's bringing that stability to our community that we really needed. And we got a great staff within the city. And to have Peter at the helm and for me to be able to come alongside of him, I'm really looking forward to that and continuing doing the work here in Auburn. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. This is overwhelming seeing you all here. Thanks.
Thank you, Chief. So for this next step, we have a little bit of work to do. We're going to ask folks, if you head down to the courtyard and stand by for us, the staff of the department is going to come in here for a department photo with the chief, and then they'll come down and get ready for the final send-off. Thank you.